we don't necessarily actually want to try to block out the negative voice. I know that that can be like the kind of seems like the intuitive thing to do, right? But actually, when you try to block out a negative voice or block out anxiety, a lot of times that voice just feels like it has to shout louder to be heard. And then, it's almost like we're kind of going to war with ourselves. The good news is that generally speaking, every part of you is coming from a well-intentioned place. Even if it's doing it in a clumsy way, generally speaking, the intention of that inner critic is for you to improve on something, which it imagines will be helpful to you to improve on that thing. So sometimes it's helpful to say, okay, I hear you. Let's really listen to you. Let me write down what exactly, inner critic, do you feel I need to improve on? Do you feel I need to, when I'm doing speaking some presentations, do I need to speak louder? Do I need to, be more clear? Whatever it is, inner critic, I invite you, you have the floor, be very specific. And then, say, okay, thank you. I'm going to write down some notes. Maybe what I'll do is I will review my next presentation by doing a mock presentation to my friends and family, or even just a friend or family member or a coworker, and I will have that extra step of preparation. So the first step is to make sure you really listen to the criticism and then say, okay, I'd appreciate if you could find a nicer way to communicate, but I'm going to try to hear, what you're saying. And then once you've done that and you've taken whatever, you know, improvement it was trying to give you, then when you're giving that presentation, then you can use a thought replacement of something like, I've done everything I can to prepare, and now the best thing for my delivery is to focus on, my audience and my message and to trust my preparation, right? But that type of thought replacement doesn't work if you've been blocking out the inner critic too much, because sometimes, although it's clumsy, the inner critic can sometimes actually have, valid ideas.